Hi guys, FBMFox here, and today I'm going to show you how you can use AI and ChatGPT to help you find products to dropship. Please remember to like and subscribe. So first, let's go into ChatGPT, and I asked a simple question, what items are good for dropshipping? And it gave me a bunch of generic information that is not going to help for this because we're simply relisting items onto Facebook Marketplace for now. So I asked something more specific. Can you give me examples of items I should try to drop ship? And now you can see I have anything from phone cases and phone grips all the way to wall art and pet beds to camping cookware, hammocks and earbuds, sunglasses, just lots of different things. So if you're ever unsure what to look up, you can just do this. And from here, let's just go and choose something, for example. So let's say you want to choose phone cases. Well, then you can literally just go into Amazon. Let's go into Amazon and we can type in phone case. You can see there's lots of different stuff to choose from. Typically, I like sorting by best sellers because then I know those are items that sell well, even if we have to mark them up to make money. Right here, I see that these are available. So I'm just going to click this because white is a more generic color than pink. But I also see that this one has a lot more ratings. So I might as well just open both of them. And I can see that these are two different items because this one is for the 6.1 inch and this one is for the 6.7 inch. So now that I'm here, before actually uploading this item, I want to make sure that it's a viable product. So what I'm going to do is simply copy this right here. I'm going to go and put this into eBay. And since I can see it's being sold for about $11 right here, I'm just going to do 11 times 1.2 and I get $13. And so I'm going to set the minimum price to 13. And I'm doing that because right now I'm filtering for drop shippers. Something else that you want to do to filter for drop shippers is you want to select buy it now. And you want to make sure that the condition is set to new if it allows you to do that. Right now, it's not letting me. From here, instead of just going and scrolling through and looking at everything, what we can do is we can open up the FBMFox extension. We can click the research function. We can set the max competitors to 15 and we can set the minimum sales to 4. This is generally a good filter recommendation for using these numbers to help find viable products. So now let's click search and it's going to take some time to sort everything out. But once it finds items, it's going to highlight them in green, which makes it much easier all of a sudden to say, okay, this item is viable, and so on, as opposed to going and individually checking everything. So I can see right here that, this and this are the same item. So it's not always going to highlight everything, here's the same one, here's the same one. But I can see right here that this is the same item right here, just in a different color, and they do have that color here. It looks like it's this one. So now I know that they're selling it for 18 here. They're selling it for 18 here, 18. So all I have to do now is I can click this and I can see that one's blue. I generally like picking more generic colors like black and white, but what you can always come back to this and list now for a different color. For now, I'll just list at the black color. And so now I can just refresh the page if it's not popping up. And now I see I can list it. So what's cool is I can just click list now and it'll automatically save it to FBMFox. And it's better to do this so that you don't forget to list it later because you might have a bunch of items that you've saved and that you've forgotten to list. And FBMFox is cool because you can just click list now and look how fast I can get this going. So this will take a few seconds here to load. Just don't click away yet. So now this is posted up. I can simply change this to $18. And if I do 12 times 1.3 times 1.4 times 1.5, so that's a 1.5 times margin on this. That's really good. So we can always lower it later on if we see we're not getting sales, or we can even start it lower, like at 15. And if we see we're getting more and more sales, we can just slowly increase the price. I generally recommend putting it for a lower price if you're going to be posting a lot of items, because then you're still making profit. And if it sells once, you're like, oh, hey, this sold already. Let me try increasing the price and see what happens. And then if you see that you're not getting any sales at all for the next couple weeks to a month for that item, then maybe it's too high. So for category, this is very important. What I like to do for category is I'll go into Amazon and I'll look right here where it says cell phones and accessories, and it can go into more specifics, but Amazon categorizes these very well. So if you're ever unsure what to categorize, just look at what Amazon says. And so this is just cell phones and accessories. So I can just do right here, cases, that's close enough. Make sure this is always set to new. And we're going to remove some of this, just clean it up. I like setting the available quantity to a big number like 50, because if you set the available quantity to just one, then what's going to happen is once that product gets sold, now you have to go and relist it from scratch again. That's pretty annoying. If you just make the quantity 10, then at that point, if it does end up selling, you might end up forgetting to change the quantity again if it sells frequently. So if you make the quantity 50, it's going to be a long time before you completely forget you have to relist the item. So at least, you don't have to relist it anytime soon. We're going to hide from friends. We'll click next. And we always make sure that only shipping is available, never pickup. And we're going to use your own shipping label and turn on free shipping for buyers. And I always like doing this because when you're purchasing, it just looks nicer to have free shipping available, even if the item's a little bit more expensive. You always want to make sure that if you're offering free shipping, that Amazon is offering free shipping as well. You want to make sure to adjust for that. Right here, I can see that they're doing free delivery. Just make sure that whenever you are relisting items, you always check, because even if you're on Amazon, even if you're on Walmart, you're not always going to have that free delivery. Sometimes they might charge you, so then you're just going to have to add that delivery cost to the retail cost and then multiply that by a minimum of 1.3. Generally, we don't like margins smaller than 1.3. But many dropshippers on eBay will have margins as small as 1.2. So now that we have this good, we can just click next and we can publish it. And just like that, we have another item that we were able to find from ChatGPT. If you go in, you can actually see there's lots of different colors selling at prices well above the retail price. So for example, if I wanted to, I could go and I could take the time and individually list each of these colors. I'm not going to do that right now. Let's look for some more items. So I will list this. Well, first I'm going to check this. So this is a different size. This is 6.7 inch. I'm going to take this right here and I'm going to put this into eBay. I'm going to type it into here. Now, once again, I'm going to do the same thing. They have it listed for $12 here. So I'm just going to do 12 times 1.2. So 14.4. So I'm just going to put a minimum price of 14 to be safe. I'm just going to round down and we're going to click enter. We're going to make sure that it is at buy it now. Now I can simply open up the FBMFox research again, and I can just click search. So I can see here that this person listed for 28 and 27. It says here he has 0 sales, and that's probably because he listed way too expensive. The product's only $12 here. So you definitely don't want to just double the price of an item and then hope it sells, because it's a lot better to get an item that sells often with low margins than for an item to not sell at all. And then of course, there's another way to do this where we can simply click the sold items and it'll check the sold items and the completed items. Now we can see actual items that have sold, and we can see right here, the same color right here, sold for 18. Here it's about 17, 18, 18. So I can see that this sells quite a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to list this. Always wait a moment for this to load up. And I can see the price right here is $12. I'm always checking that there's free delivery. Now I can simply do 12 times 1.3, which is $16. But because I saw that it was so commonly selling at $17 and $18, I'm just going to list it at $17. So if I do 12 times 1.4, that's about $17. And of course, always select a category, otherwise it won't let you ship. delete the about this item, and sometimes you'll get a bunch of these popping up. You can just delete those. Always remember to set quantity to something high like 50. And even if even if it sells out or something, you can always refund the buyer who purchases from you, or you can tell them that you'll have it in stock soon or that it's sold out, but you can get them a similar item for a little bit more expensive or a different price. Hide it from friends. Shipping again. Use your own shipping label and turn on free shipping for buyers. And we can see right here, the estimated payout will be $12.15. And that's estimating a shipping cost of $4 right here. So really, your payout's going to be much higher. What they like to do here is they like to assume that you're paying for shipping because you're offering it for free to the buyer. But really, Amazon's giving you free shipping anyways. So your actual payout would be, $16.15, which is a lot higher considering that this is only $12. And then based on the sales tax in your state, it won't be much higher than that. So now we can just list this for $17. And now we have 2 items thanks to ChatGPT. Of course, I could go through and just look for many more items. I could even look on Walmart. The only thing to know about Walmart is that when you sell on Walmart and when you purchase an item from Walmart to list for drop shipping, you have to make sure that item is over a certain amount, because oftentimes if an item on Walmart is, for example, under $25, they'll usually tell you when you go to check out. But if an item is under a certain amount of money, they'll usually charge a ridiculous amount for shipping, but they'll usually offer free shipping if the item is over, $20 or over $30 or something like that. So just make sure to always check. And if you're, not sure, just go and try checking out with Walmart. There's always plenty of other things to just look up. So you can spend plenty of time looking up plenty of different products. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. And that's how you use ChatGPT to help you find products to dropship.